Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming and welcome back to Transport Fever European Freeplay Edition. We are here just outside of West Malling and Upton because I just want to take a look at some town stats. As we had seen in the last episode, the population numbers, we didn't really start off with the largest towns with the most jobs and all that. But I was taking a look and there was something interesting. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so these are the 8 towns we have connected up with goods. And we can see here we have 35% coverage for shopping. We have 25% coverage for the fuel. We have only 5% fuel in Salterton. 62% for food. We have 3% for grays in food, 54% in grays for fuel. We have 48% here in Dursley and 96% for fuel. So yeah, that's being saturated quite a lot. We have 7% here, Upton, and 5% here. We also have 48% in construction materials there. Here in Southgate, these are a little bit more recent additions, 14% and 11%, 10 and 2, and only 34 here for Dunwich because of obviously nothing has really gone into Dunwich. If we take a look at the charts, and we have had about 20 years of hauling cargo. If we take a look at the charts, you can see that population, which is the green, has pretty much remained constant. We have not changed the population at all. Over here as well, the population has kind of gone up a little bit. The jobs has spiked up a bit, but dipped down and then spiked up again. This is possibly related to the fuel that we started delivering. And we've had the food. We maybe had a bit of shortage there. But what you'll see often is that the amount of commercial and industrial, we must have got the fuel shipping there. We really spiked up on industrial. Then it kind of dipped down. Interesting. That these don't rise and keep high. But yeah, although these are not necessarily related, commercial has kind of remained the same, whereas the number of jobs have gone up and gone down over time. Dursley has remained relatively high, at least, although with that said, yeah, the charts themselves. Actually, this is at 800 at the top here, 600. Actually, this is relatively low. Actually, it's higher than West Malling, so yeah, about that. But as you can see, cargo really makes no difference whatsoever to how the towns develop population-wise. Population remains relatively constant. If we want to improve the population, which will allow us to, of course, increase the demand, then we are going to need to connect up passenger services. Which, do I want to? That's the question. I kind of want to, but I kind of want to stick with what I have because we are making money. And if I were to connect up passenger services, the question remains, what kind of passenger services? I would like to set up some bus routes. I might set up a rail line, quite possibly, although that will be a massive investment, which I'd rather wait until I am completely out of debt and then I can spend to get things rolling. With that said, if I do set up the buses early on, then that means that I will be able to support trains in the future. First job is to get things, or the people interested in traveling, and then you go from there. So how do we have things here in West Malling? So we have residential here. Did I connect this up or did the town connect this up? Let's see. Do I want to do buses or do we do ships? Many possibilities. Many possibilities. And you know what? It's hard to resist ships. So if we want to run ship lines, we definitely do Salterton to West Malling. I'd probably want a West Malling to Dovercourt line. So we're going to want... I'll probably do Salterton to Dovercourt as well. Beyond that, I may not want to do any long-range extensive lines because what will happen is the distance and the frequency, and I might not get any interest, and then I'll just be losing money. Upton over to Dovercourt is a possibility. Although we are going to want to run... connect up to Carlton Coval. Upton to Grays. Do I run a boat? And if I do, where from? And wait, first we are just going to... Actually, this is actually pretty nice. The town built this here. I might as well take advantage of it. So yeah, we are going to spend... Although, do I want to let things run? Maybe... September, you know what? Let's spend the money. We're going to want a passenger harbor. And from over here, am I going to want Whitney with a dock over here? Maybe. Maybe. Whitney down to Salterton. You know what? Once I get trains going, which will probably be a Whitney to Salterton to Dovercourt line, unless I do a Whitney to West Malling ship line. Okay, about that. So what I'm going to do is we are going to have to find a good place. So yeah, from Salterton to Dovercourt, I'm going to kind of want maybe Carlton Coval. Let's go 3 terminals. Although I do know that there are 6 platforms on this. Now, we are going to want to have this pointing out in that direction. Although, with that said, it might be hard. Let's... I think that is going to be the best we're going to get. And now what we are going to want to do is... we are possibly going to want to set up... bus tram station. Yeah, we'll set that up there. And now let's set up a West Malling line. I think I want to set this up over here. And so we are going to want Salterton, possibly 1 to Whitney, 1 over to Dovercourt, that's 3. Carlton Coval, that'd be 4. And maybe Upton and Grays is 4 and 5, although with that said, 1, 2, maybe 3. And then 1, 2, and 3. So what I can do is we can possibly put it, say, right about here. Although... yeah, let's put it right about there. And that is going to obviously divert our ships. That's fine. And now we are going to want to set up a new line from West Malling over to Salterton. In my original attempt, I did set up this line, and it did eventually become profitable, but I decided this time around to focus on the cargo aspect of things. So SP West Malling to Salterton. And what I would like to do, rather than that color, yep, let's do that. Now, do I run a line up to Dovercourt right now, or do we... Let's see, from Grays, we can go over to Carlton Coville, maybe from... we have water. We have an industry here. Unfortunately, this is not navigable. Just putting it here and having the ships go like that might be one thing. Otherwise, we're going to have to run buses out to them. Outside navigable waters. If we ran like that, or maybe... I'm not much caring about the docks that are on the other side. If we were to put it there, that would allow our ships to... It would be nice if we had docks that stuck out into the water. Because a map like this, it would be nice just to have them sticking out so that the ships can go like that, rather than having to come along the side. Carlton Coville. Yeah, I'm only going to be able to get access to 3 docks if I put it there. I'm probably not going to do West Malling to Upton by ship. We will be running train eventually, so West Malling to Upton will be a train line, and then we'll have road vehicles, and the road vehicles will eventually take over. So this is pretty much Salterton to Upton, maybe, or Dovercourt to Upton. Or we just run buses out to there. For now, I'm going to skip Upton. Over here, Grays, I'd want to come a few lines this way. I'd also want to go a few lines that way. If I connect to this side of the map, what I'll probably do is put a second harbor over here, and I'll try to expand Grays to go right in this area here. For now, we are going to borrow 500k. And so yeah, right out onto this bit of land would be ideal. I think I had a 201. We'll go there. Alright, about that. So now we have 3 docks for passenger services, and we are going to connect these up So we already have that line there. And I am going to run this from, yeah, Grays to West Salterton. From here over to here. And that is a whole lot of leg there. And we are going to call this SP West Malling to Grays. Now we are going to need street, and I'm going to, oh wow, that was a little bit of lag there. Now, oh wow, yeah, we had some buildings disappear from here. Huh. Interesting. I guess they're expanding more over here. Alright, well, I want to kind of sort this road out. Seriously. That is some epic lag right there. Possibly because this is not connected, and so it's having an issue. Alright about that. So now we want to put in a bus tram station. We're going to throw it right about there. And the game is paused. Alright, we are going to want to connect this up. That could also make a difference as well. Oh no. Too much freaking slope. Oh. Let's tear that out. At this rate, though, I wouldn't be surprised if this series ends early. If it's as bad as this. Alright about that. So now we want bus stations. In my previous attempt, I did try to use trams early on. Although, with that said, it didn't exactly work. Well, it worked fine. The problem is that trams are more expensive than buses or stagecoaches in this case. They can carry more, but they are more expensive, and that is a particular problem. You also have to upgrade your roads, so when I did that, basically what ended up happening is I spent a whole lot of money on infrastructure I otherwise didn't need to. Yeah, we're not going to upgrade. We are going to build some passenger. Now, from here, we are going to want to have probably a line going like this. And maybe a line going from up here down to there. With maybe a stop. Ouch. If necessary, we will go cheap. It'll of course give our city somewhere to expand to with the passenger travel. Alright, so we are basically going to want to have the Riverside line. Now we are going to, if we take a look at the stops, those might be a little bit close together, but it is what it is. they can get to that from there. Although with that said, I'm going to go from, we'll put a stop there. Alright, so that we have our first set of local lines that we can connect up. And we are going to line manager. This is going to be red. And this is going to be, well, it's already blue. This is going to be bus West Malling RT1. Bus West Malling RT2. RT1 is going to be from here to here to here, up to here, there, over there, and then back to through here. RT2, there to there, there, back down to here. Do I care if they flip around? Not really. If the city continues to expand out that way, builds more roads, and I might put a bus station there. But so far, that is fine. And what I'd probably want to do is, let's see, I'm going to run a small country road this way. Alright, so for local routes, what I'm probably going to do is run a non-tram, a line from here, coming down into here, although one coming this way. Yeah, let's avoid that. And then probably one going this way. So we are going to connect this down to there. And do I want to do that? Not really. Not until other stuff expands in there. Alright, but that's going up the hill. We are going to medium street like that. Although with that said, what I probably will do, we'll skip Upton for now. I might do it off screen. But we want to get our lines set up here. So we're going to have line running, I think, this way. Anyone here, we want to them, if they're coming here to work, to basically go that way or run up like that. We have residential up here, which makes the potential to run a line going down like this. What I'm going to do is we're going to put a bus station right about here, and I'd rather not. Can I save some money by squeezing in here a little bit? And yeah, we're going to throw another one right over here. We're going to borrow. We're up to $4.5 million. And now we want one there and one there. The reason I put them frequently rather than spacing them out is it gives people the opportunity to say, for instance, if you work here or you live here and you work or want to shop here, if I only had one here and one here, The people might be more inclined just to walk here. But by having them this close together, they can get on here, come over here, get off, go shopping, then come back. Or come here to work. And they might come over here to transfer over to this line and then go over to here. So yeah, I've got that. By providing good connections, you can encourage people to travel on your lines. Now we are going to run 3 lines. This one is going to be RT1, RT2, as well as RT3. This is Salterton, RT1, designated bus, and bus Salterton RT2, and bus Salterton RT3. RT1 will go from here to here to here to here to here, there, over to here, and then back the other way. Oh no, don't need the last one there. RT2 on the other hand will go from there over to here, there, there. And RT3 is going to go from here to here, there. Like that. Now we are going to need a road depot. We have one over there. Let's... Maybe not. Nah, it doesn't really matter. We are going to want stagecoach on RT1, stagecoach on RT2, stagecoach on RT3, although with that said, with the frequency, yeah, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, we are going to want to have more of them on RT1, RT2, RT3. And RT2. Although with that said, in a couple months, we are going to get the L'Obélisson in 1870. So maybe we should hold off on this. Yeah, we're going to hold off on buying the buses for the passenger routes. Did I actually buy a SP Westmoreland to Salterton? No, I didn't. Alright, so I will just leave it at that. We are going to wait until 1870 to set up the passenger lines. I just wanted to get those connections. We are going to also do grays now. And then, of course, then we'll have everything ready to go once we have things. Alright, so from here, we want this basically into here. We're going to build one of these. Say right there. And now we want... Yep, let's just build this line first. Alright, so now we have that. That is residential all the way up into there. We are going to probably want this up into there. Let's put another bus station there. Alright, those are in. So we have that. We have that. We do not need that just because people don't go from commercial to industrial. I'd be almost tempted to run a line like this. you know what? I think what I'm going to do is... Actually, this is grays. We'll have the buses coming in this way. And I'll probably put a terminal here. Or over here. Yep, right about here. Although with that said, I might just make this a large one. Like that. And we are going to run this up to about here. Alright, so I am going to run a line like this because any passenger travel coming in from Upton will come into here and they might want to go shopping or work along there. Same thing with anyone coming in from Southgate. They'll be probably coming in through there. They'll want to take that line. Beyond that, I may want to have a line running like this. So we have that, we're going to have that, we're going to have that. And so we are going to put one there. At this point, what I'm going to do is probably do the rest off screen. And then in the next episode, once we've advanced time a little bit forward, we will of course get things rolling with these passenger lines. Anyway, at this point in time, I'm going to take a break here. Yeah, this is lagging out, it's taking forever, and I don't want an entire episode of just our passenger lines, the ship lines really causing issues here. So yeah, about that. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode of Transport Fever European Freeplay Edition. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott Frisbee Gaming, and as always, have a good day.